Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the live stream Q&A in LA, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Friday night. Pardon me. Thanks for joining, and let's just jump in. Let me move the little chat window over here so I can read it. It is Friday night already. Thanks for joining from Idaho, Grand Illusion. Khalid, Abdullah, thanks for joining me again as well. You guys both been here many times. What's up, buddy?
It's not Friday night. It's today.
It's today?
Today
is not night yet.
Oh.
That's what he said.
It's not night yet? Oh, right. I said Friday night, and it's still light outside. Yeah. It's taking longer to get light. That's right. Hi, Betty. Thanks for joining. Mr. David, if you haven't completed your taxes for 2018 or want to prepare for 2019, check out Bitcoin tax. Now, that's interesting. There are a few tax services for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. I hadn't heard of Bitcoin.tax. What do we know about this point about the Theta changeover? People were asking me that last night. As I recommended last week, you just put it on Binance. That's the easiest thing to do. I don't know if any of the wallets supported the Theta transition or not. Like with Tron, they did not. Like with Tron, the only way to convert was to put it on a cryptocurrency exchange that supported it. So I don't really follow Theta that closely, but a lot of people on this apparently do. Okay. So this is from 2012. The mainnet launch on March 15th. That's today. Well, there you go. So I don't know exactly when the snapshot will be. Now I do remember with Tron they did. Of course you got it during the snapshot, but you also had an option to continue to convert several months after the snapshot. I have a video on how to do that with Tron, although I think that opportunity has now dried up. I don't know if it's still possible or not, but perhaps Theta will have something similar. But that's about all I know about Theta. Let's see. I've got some news. I like this article. Let me go over to my... oh dear, we gotta change this. Alright guys, sorry about this. I need to blow up my monitor so that you guys can see it better. And that's the way I have my... there we go. That's the way I have my recording software set up. So it looked weird, I'm sure. Alright, so now let's go back here. Alright, so this article I thought was interesting. I just charged it, sweetheart. Do you have a charger back there? Okay, sweetheart, just give it some time to charge. Okay, so this is a House Minority Leader. So kind of a hotshot senator. Is this a senator? House, pardon me. He's a congressman. So he's a member of the House of Representatives, and he's a Republican from California. And he is telling Congress that he thinks that the U.S. government should get into blockchain technology. Blockchain is changing and revolutionizing the security of the financial industry out there. Why would we wait around, and why wouldn't we institute blockchain on our own to be able to check the technology, but also the transparency of our own legislative documents? Now, I like that last point there. It doesn't seem like he's totally wrapped his head around what blockchain is, but who has, to be honest, totally. But he sees the need and the use case for Congress and the government. I like that. Very nice. So that's good news that, you know, because back in 2017 and, you know, the only thing that anyone in the government had to say about Bitcoin was bad. They all, you know, with that tired old canard that it was only used by criminals. And now, you know, mainstream's coming around. And when the government sits up and takes notice, then that's cool. And of course, they don't plan on using Ethereum, an existing network, but I like where he says, where did they say that? I can't find it now. Here we go. Fell short of proposing that they use a public crypto network such as Ethereum, for instance, suggesting instead that the U.S. government build its own blockchain. Oh, that's a good idea, huh? He is, however, willing to admit that Congress might need help from the outside. Okay. All right. So don't use an existing network that's already in place, that's been tried and tested for years. Just build your own. And but we might need a little help. That's okay. I'm okay with that. All right. So let me get my chat window back here. Okay. So everybody jumped in here. Just received new Theta tokens on the Theta wallet and received the T-Fuel airdrop. Good for you, Grand Illusion. Okay, so the official Theta wallet was honoring the upgrade to mainnet. That's good. Yeah. It's nice that you don't have to mess around with exchanges if you don't have to. Most, like the Bitcoin Cash hard fork was supported on Ledger, so you were able to claim your Bitcoin Cash just by virtue of having it in a Ledger wallet. But this is different. This is not a hard fork. This is a transfer from ERC20 to mainnet. Similar kind of transition, but not completely similar. Crypto Curious, hi Rex, has Coinbase lost their minds with this tag thing? How do you keep from losing your XRP? I'm not sure about what the tag... we can check when you send XRP to an exchange. You need to use a tag, and they will generally provide it for you. It's not uncommon. The same with Bittrex. When I transferred my XRP to Bittrex, they required a tag as well. There's tags, memos, sort of thing. I guess it's because maybe they only have so many wallets they can manage at one time, so they pretty much send it into the same wallet, and then they use the tags and or the memos, depending on the cryptocurrency, to keep track of who's. But when you're sending to your own wallet from the exchange, you don't need to worry about the tag. We can play with that a little bit tonight. I've got a little XRP on my Ledger. We can try that one out just to see. Please explain fuel and gas. I have Neo and now airdrop ped Neo gas, but I don't know what I actually have. We can talk about that a little bit. I won't be able to log into Binance, losing my Google Authenticator. Any advice? Okay, so as far as your Google Authenticator, as long as you still have access to the old phone, you can deactivate and reactivate your two-factor authentication. And I have a pretty decent video on how that works in Binance, no less. Let's see here. What do we call this? Google Authenticator. I don't think I spelled it right, so it's not going to come up. Oh, because authenticator is not a real word. Still. Neither is cryptocurrency. Every time I write the word cryptocurrency, it thinks it's misspelled. Here, this is it. How to move Google Authenticator to a new phone. So in this particular video, I show you. Now, it's a little misleading, and people have bashed me for saying move, because you're not really moving anything. You're disabling and re-enabling on a new phone, but when, you know, in theory or practice or whatever you want to call it, you actually are moving, you know, the functionality of your Google Authenticator codes from an old phone to a new phone. So my advice to you is make sure you hang on to the old phone when you upgrade for at least a week or two, and they'll let you do it usually. Now, you could also like disable two-factor authentication using the old phone and then run to do the transfer and then come back and re-enable it once you have the new phone. But with Verizon, when I wanted to upgrade, they were willing to just send me the new phone. And I said, well, I need the old phone to, like, you know, deactivate some things. And they were like, oh, you can, you know, you have 2 weeks to turn back the old phone. So if you check out this particular video, I specifically show you how, if you, in this video, you have to have the old phone with you, you know. So in this video, I show how you use the old phone and the new phone to sort of disable the old phone and enable the new phone. But don't just throw the old phone, don't turn in the old phone before you've done this. That's my advice. So I will paste that link there if you want to check out that video. Let me finish up with the news for just a couple minutes. I just want to get through the news real quick. In the news, oh, I did want to talk about this. I thought this was a very interesting article, if it's still available. It's talking about the new Facebook coin and how it's not a blow to Bitcoin, really, because, you know, who trusts Facebook anyway? And they're not really talking about this. Facebook coin doesn't really appear to be a cryptocurrency in the strict sense of the word, just sort of a payment processing thing that's private to Bitcoin. So it's not, you know, it's not the death blow to Bitcoin in any way or form. But what I really like about this article is that it really just very succinctly describes Bitcoin. If I can find that little phrase, let me find it here. It's really a good description of what Bitcoin is. But secretive project, 5 people were briefed. It doesn't even compete with Bitcoin. Bitcoin didn't fail, it succeeded. Ah, here we go. This is the sentence that I love. Bitcoin, it's talking about Bitcoin. It is the largest scale deployment of public key cryptography in history. Now, we may not all understand what public key cryptography is, but basically it has to do with the private key and the public key. You know, we talk a lot about public addresses here in this live stream. You know, I will get a public address and I'll paste it in to a send to field and I'll call it an address. But, you know, logically, it is a public key. When we talk about cryptography, it is a public key, and it is paired with a private key, which is the key that you own, which in our case is generally saved on the computer if you've got a desktop wallet, or saved inside your Ledger if you're using a Ledger Nano X. We don't really see the private key. It's basically a long number. But I love this sentence. It is the largest scale deployment of public key cryptography in history. So it has taken a new emerging technology and given it a use case. I love that about Bitcoin. To secure banking and financial transactions on an open, transparent, trustless, decentralized, peer-to-peer network governed by checks and balances that encode an economic philosophy into a network architecture. So that is Bitcoin, and Facebook coin isn't even close to that. Anyway, just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. A little philosophy, if you will. And then let's see here. A couple. Oh, I'm in. Did I end up back in? Oh, okay. Here we go. Live topics. Some news on the Stellar front. You guys have heard me say many times that I wait the day when the crypto market is not tied to the price of Bitcoin, and we're seeing a little bit of that. Let me see this particular story here. No, that's not it. Anyway, it was basically the idea is that Stellar and Cardano have been on the rise, and Bitcoin has been stagnant. And we're calling this the altcoin season, or the alt season. So let's take a look here at the price charts briefly. And so this is what I'm talking about. I want to see altcoins rise independent of Bitcoin. I've always wanted to see that. So here we go. We got Stellar up a little bit today, but it's been on the rise. I think over the last week or so. Let's look at a 1 month chart, right? So you can see that Stellar has gone from around 7 cents all the way up to like flirting with 11 cents. So that's quite a hefty rise. And Bitcoin has pretty much been in that same trading range for the last week. And then Cardano too. Cardano was a very popular project when it's been around for a long time, but back in 2017 it was doing quite well, but it's been on the rise here. As you can see, Cardano was like about $1 back in January of 2018. Has had quite a fall, but over the last week or so, yeah, I guess let's do 3 months just to see here. Well, I guess it was flirting with it had gone down quite a bit, you know. It was down in the doldrums, so it's risen quite a bit. So we're looking at these top 10 strong altcoins that have been seeing a rise, and I guess you could say Litecoin as well. I mean, look at Litecoin; it's up to 61 over the last 7 days. Let's take a look at the 7-day. Let's look at the month just so. Litecoin was way down to like $43, right? And now it's up to like 64. So I don't know that this is going to hold, but I think it's a good sign for the overall cryptocurrency market that these altcoins are gaining ground, and to be fair, they took quite a blow in 2018. So, they were way oversold in my view, a cryptocurrency believer. But it's nice to see these steady gains in these altcoins. And then let's see. I had mentioned that Stellar is now available to be purchased on Coinbase Pro. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that tonight. Pretty interesting. Stellar was just added recently this week to Coinbase Pro. Not on Coinbase yet, but I'll check that out. So that's a great thing. And let's see. And then all eyes are on Cardano because that's probably the most likely next major cryptocurrency to be added to Coinbase. So it's good news for Cardano too. And let's see, what else we got here. Bitcoin trading volume was high. 11 billion on Friday, I guess, of last week. Couldn't have been today. I think it was trading volume for the world's largest cryptocurrency exceeded 11 billion Friday. This is March 15th. Okay. So, and that the last time that happened was April 25th of last year. And back then, Bitcoin was up around 88, and now it's down to about 39. But the surge in trading volume is a good sign, a bullish sign. And then also Tom Lee has said that, did I find that one? Ah, yes. Tom Lee says that the Bitcoin breakout will happen in August. I don't know why he's saying it'll be in August, but he is. He's a famous Bitcoin bull, and he's had some predictions that didn't pan out. He predicted that Bitcoin would be 10,000 by the end of 2018. He was wrong about that. I hope he's wrong. I mean, I'm hoping that there will be a Bitcoin breakout. I hope it doesn't wait till August. But, you know, it's good stuff. All right. Didn't get my theta yet, Sailor. Huh. That's, sorry to hear that. Hello, Alan. I had a question. Could you demonstrate how to add VeChain to the Ledger Nano S? I couldn't find any good videos on how to properly do it. Well, if let's figure out what VeChain is. Where were we here? Let's go back to price charts. Yeah. Let's figure out what VeChain is. I think VeChain is a I'm just wondering if it's a ERC20 token or not. If it has its own thing, blockchain ecosystem. Okay, so it's apparently it's not an ERC20 token. So let's see here. Oh, it's being blocked here. All right. So let me take a look at it on Chrome. Brave blocks a lot of things. Let's see what happens on Chrome. Okay, here we go. Alright, so it's this guy coming out of the mist. Alright. Okay. We'll skip all that, right? Blah, 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 blah. Alex? Alright, so my question is, well, let's take a look at Ledger Live and see if VeChain is supported in the accounts. It doesn't look like it is. Alright, so you can put it on as an app, I'm assuming. Alright. Use case, VeChain. No VeChain wallets? Let's try. Okay, best wallets. Ledger Nano, okay. Yeah, we get that. I didn't see an account for VeChain, so they're just saying that you can put it on the ledger, but they don't explain how. Let's try VeChain Ledger. Oops. There's usually a ledger. Yeah, right here. See, there's usually a Ledger support page for how to use each of the supported cryptocurrencies. So we open Live, we add VeChain to the apps. And then we check, or we can reach out to the community. And then after we've added it as an app, we go over here to VForge, latest firmware, Ledger Live, installed VeChain Ledger app. We know that. Log into VForge Vault with your Ledger. Connect and unlock your Ledger. Open VeChain app. Transfer tokens. Connect and unlock. Blah 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 blah. Open VeChain on your Ledger. Paste the address you want to transfer to. Click send. Okay. All right. So basically you put the app on the Ledger and then you use the Ledger to sign into this VForge wallet, which will allow you to send VeChain that you purchased into the wallet. And the private keys for the VeChain will be on the Ledger. I have not got my Ledger Nano X yet. And let me paste that tutorial there for you. If I have time, I'll check in. I might be able to do that tonight, but I have a couple other things I wanted to do. Oops. Hey, Ligo, $2. Thank you. $2. Yes, Ligo. Yes, MCU crash. Bought a new one. Can only load BTC Ethernet before loss of memory. 2 weeks of complete confusion. Well, it's going to tell you that there's not enough room on there. And that's a common thing for the Ledger Nano S. So basically, since the last firmware upgrade, there's even less room to store apps on a Ledger Nano S, and this is a problem. So don't feel like you're doing something wrong. Like you can only put Bitcoin in it. Like on mine, I only had Bitcoin and Ethereum on there, and then I couldn't get Stellar or Tron on there. So basically, you have to shuffle. You have to take off one app to add another, but it doesn't delete private keys. So you guys have probably watched me shuffle here before. It does not delete private keys when you remove apps. Okay, so you can shuffle apps. Now it's not a perfect system, but it's workable. Okay, for the security and convenience of a Ledger Nano S, I'm willing to go through it. But according to Ledger, the Ledger Nano X will allow us to put hundreds of apps. So they say. I'll believe it when I see it. But you know, there was a time when I could put 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 apps on a Ledger Nano S. But that was back before, you know, when things were kind of simple. And now, you know, the apps are getting more complicated. There's more security features that need to be added. I mean, this guy was just not designed with that kind of expansion in mind. You know, it's been around for a few years now. So in terms of cryptocurrency, that's kind of an ancient old device. It's still useful, right? The problem is that it won't hold that enough apps. So if you're loading apps on there and it's telling you that there's not enough memory, that's what it means. It just can't hold the apps at the same time. So bottom line, hardware crashed by manipulation of switches bounceless. Oh, no problem, Dro Kilo. Maybe I can actually show you guys. But I wanted to... Lego, I will demonstrate how to shuffle a little bit tonight. So the first thing that I wanted to do, and I am loath to do this, but I'm going to show you guys how to sell some Bitcoin that you have stored on the ledger. I don't like to really sell my Bitcoin, not in the bear market, you know, because I believe in Bitcoin in the sense of it being like a digital gold that for me, and I have used Bitcoin before. Don't get me wrong. I know that it's valuable as something that you can spend. I bought some things with Bitcoin. I'll tell you about that. But right now, I tend to want to hold my Bitcoin. I get paid in Bitcoin by Ledger every month. Not a lot, but they pay me in Bitcoin, and I just hold on to it. So I don't like to sell it. But I'm going to show you guys how to do this because I noticed on Coinbase there is a stellar trading pair for Bitcoin and US dollar. So I'm going to show you how to transfer Bitcoin onto a cryptocurrency exchange and then trade it for something else, and then I'll take that something else. It's going to be Stellar tonight, and we'll put it back onto the ledger into the Stellar wallet. And then also we talked about Ripple earlier. I'm going to show you how to transfer a little bit of Ripple onto Coinbase Pro 2. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know that I would really want to do it onto Coinbase. You're much better off with Coinbase Pro. All right, so let's begin that. Yeah, well, let's shuffle. I can shuffle. I can shuffle like a Las Vegas poker dealer. That's funny. I like that. All right, so first I'll log into Coinbase. I think I already did earlier. So let's go into Coinbase. Where in the heck are my... You know, when I change my resolution, I can't find my bookmarks. They're all in different places. All right, so we'll go into Coinbase. We'll sign in. And just, I'm going to use my password manager, which I'm using 1Password. Let's enter our two-step. Let's get in here. All right, 275654. All right. And so here we are in Coinbase. I don't really have any money in Coinbase right now. As you guys know, I usually buy and then immediately move to a wallet. That's my MO. That's how I like to deal with my cryptocurrency. But just so you can see, if we go to buy, sell, and we go to Bitcoin, or we pull down the cryptocurrency menu, these are all the altcoins, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies that you can purchase on Coinbase proper, right? 0x, Zcash, Basic Attention Token, XRP is now available, right, for purchase on Coinbase. But you can't buy Stellar yet on Coinbase, right? So let's go over to Coinbase Pro. Trouble finding it. Oh, no wonder. All right. I'm in... Yeah. All right. I was in Chrome instead of... all right, so we're going to go to Coinbase. I'm going to have to do this again because I don't really want to do this in Chrome. I'm going to turn it off. I'll stick to Brave. And you'll notice there that the password manager works in both browsers. There's a password manager browser add-on or extension that works in both. Let's go back here. Sorry for that delay, guys. All right, so we know Coinbase doesn't have Stellar. So let's go to Coinbase Pro. All right, and since I was already logged in to Coinbase, it should just let me log in without having to provide credentials, right? Because I'm already logged into Coinbase. They're tied to each other. So here's what I was going to show you guys. Here's Stellar. You can get Stellar for US dollars, and you can get Stellar for Bitcoin, right? Where is it? Yeah, here you go. You can buy Stellar with Bitcoin, right? So what I want to do is, as you can see, if we look at my wallets, there's nothing, right? No Bitcoin, no Stellar. So let's put some Bitcoin in there, right? Like I said, I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. All right, so there's, and it's not a lot, you know, so I shouldn't be worrying that much about $25. But I'm going to take this Bitcoin that I have in my ledger, in the Ledger Bitcoin Black, Bitcoin Ledger Black 2. There were 2 accounts. I set up this account last week when we emptied out a blockchain wallet, if you guys recall. So let's connect, enter our PIN. All right, so, and conveniently enough, we've got Bitcoin and Stellar on here at the moment, right? Because there's not enough memory on this guy to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Stellar, right? So I took my Ethereum off in order to get the Stellar. But I still have an Ethereum private key on here. There's still a wallet, there's still Ethereum on here, stored in the wallet, not really stored in the wallet. The private key is still on here, which points to an Ethereum address on the Ethereum blockchain. As you can see, there's some Ethereum on the white, and I believe there's some Ethereum on the black, but I took it off. Anyway, so let's go back to our Bitcoin Black 2, right? And first of all, we need to get into our Bitcoin app. So I'm gonna hit both buttons. Is that Bitcoin? All right. And I'm gonna go to send, right? And where am I gonna send this Bitcoin? Well, I need to go back over here to Coinbase Pro, and I need to make a deposit. And I'm gonna deposit Bitcoin, right? And that's the address right there. That's the wallet address. There's no tag or anything else I have to worry about. All I need is that Bitcoin address, right? So I just copied it to my clipboard. Let's go back to Ledger Live and paste in that Bitcoin address, right? I don't know how long this is going to take. It may take a while. Hopefully it won't take that long. You'll notice here that it's not going to let me just send max. I wish it would. A lot of Bitcoin wallets will just calculate the mining fee for you and just let you send the max. And Coinbase lets you do that, but this doesn't for some reason. But that's okay. So how much do I have? I've got 0.0073499. So let's hit 0.007, which is 23.89, and let's hit 3. All right, let's see if it'll let me do that, because I need to leave a little bit for the miner fee, right? Which is 19 satoshis per byte. We won't go into all of that right now, but there are network fees that I need to take into account, right? I can't just send the entire amount because I need some left over for the Bitcoin network fee. We'll hit continue. Now it wants me to confirm on the device. All right, and so where is it? Confirm the transaction. Okay, there we go. I'm confirming. It shows me the amount, and it's probably going to ask me to confirm the fee as well. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's sent. Yay. All right, so we sent $25 worth of Bitcoin to our cryptocurrency exchange account. So we might have to wait a bit for that. As you can see, there's nothing left in Bitcoin, right? But we talked earlier about XRP. So why don't we send, while we're waiting for the Bitcoin to arrive, let's send some XRP into this wallet, right? My light keeps going in and out. Bad light. My high-end Elgato light doesn't work right, but it's okay. I'm learning to live with it. Okay, so we can go over here to Coinbase Pro and go to My Wallets and go to Deposits and just wait for the Bitcoin, right? We can hit refresh. And there it is, okay? I don't know that it's spendable yet. It probably needs to confirm a few times, right? So it's definitely made it, right? We just need to wait for the confirmation. And it's telling me it's worth $28. So I made $3 on that transaction. I don't think I did. I just think that for whatever reason, Coinbase Pro thinks it's worth more, I guess. I don't know. All right, so let's wait for that to be spendable, and then it will actually show up in the wallet, right? Let's go back here. See, it still says 0 because it hasn't totally confirmed yet. So that's okay. We'll wait. So let's go back over here, and let's send some XRP. How am I going to do that? Is it on the black? I believe it is on the black. See? I should have put XRP black on here. And once we confirm that it is on here, I'll show you how to make that happen too. All right? So, and I'll know right away. So, first of all, I need to get the XRP app on here. So, we'll go into Manager. Right? And it's probably going to want us to confirm. Oh, I have to be out of the Bitcoin app. So, let's get out of the Bitcoin app. Right? I have to be at like the desktop screen, right? And it may or may not want me to confirm the manager. Let's see. There, it does. All right, so it wants me to confirm that I'm going to allow the manager to run on this device. Now, unfortunately, I can't take Bitcoin off. Bitcoin is your base cryptocurrency on the ledger, and it's the wallet depends. Other wallets depend on the Bitcoin wallet in some way or form. So it won't let you take Bitcoin off if you've got other apps on there. But let's see if we can add the XRP if there's room. So let's hit install and just see if there's room. If there is room, then I won't get a chance to show you how to shuffle. But I suspect that it's going to tell me there's not enough memory to install the XRP app. And mind you, I'm basically reinstalling it because, as you can see, there was some XRP in there already. Okay, there was room for it. Okay, so there's room for Bitcoin, Stellar, and XRP. All right. So now that we've got the XRP on there, right, let's do a send. And it wants the address, okay? So let's go back over here. And now let's do a deposit. And in this case, we want to deposit XRP. Right, there it is, XRP. All right, so it needs an address and a tag, okay? I get it. So we're going to hit understand, don't we? All right, so there's the tag and there's the address. All right, so if you send funds without the tag, you're not going to get it. Just a sec. Just a sec. Oops. Yeah, you can just leave the slips on that chair next to her door, and I'll pick them up in the morning. All right, so we'll copy the address into the clipboard, and we'll go back here, and we'll paste, right? Now, how do we get that? There it is. So we scroll down. That's maybe what you were missing, Lego. or whoever was complaining about it. I'm sorry if it wasn't you, Lego. So let's hit this. We got this tag now. So let's go back over here. Ah. What happened? Let's see. Was it another window? Was it another window? There. No. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh. Was that the tag? No, it was not. Let's just double check. Let's go back. See, there's no reason to panic. Okay. Let's try it again. I don't know what I did, but I just lost it there for a second. Okay, I understand. Okay, so we want this whole tag here. Let's copy the whole tag in there. Same address, right? RWQG. So no reason to panic. Let's paste that tag in there. There it is. Okay, that's the whole tag. All right. Now we got it. Now we need to give it an amount, right? I'm going to put 100 in there. Yeah, just for the heck of it. Now, here's where we find out if the Ledger wallet that I'm using is connected to this guy or not, right? We need to get into the XRP app first. So let's do that. All right. I'm in XRP. So I'm going to hit both buttons. All right. Now, let's hit continue and see if it... Yes. Okay. Now, if I had made a mistake and that XRP private key was on the white ledger, right? I have this other ledger. It would have told me, oops, you've got the wrong device connected. So it's a kind of a fail-safe. All right, so we'll hit continue. Now it wants me to verify the transaction, right? See? Is it okay to send 100? Yes. There. Transaction sent. Now that we know that the XRP is on the black ledger, why don't we fix that so we know next time? Right? Let's call this XRP ledger black. So I know that that's the... Now you could do this ad infinitum, right? If you had several colors, you can rename the accounts, right? So now I know for sure, right? And it should say less now, right? It should say 186 now. So let's go back over to our Coinbase Pro and see where we stand. Let's hit refresh. Let's see if that Bitcoin has arrived. No, it still says Bitcoin. Still says 0 Bitcoin. Doggone it. Sometimes it takes a while, right? At least we know that it is on its way. But back in the heady days of 2007, well, it says I got 31 on there. What is it? Oh, let's hit deposits here. All right, so the XRP got there real quick, right? So what it's telling me is that XRP is available for purchase or for spending, right? I could spend it now if I wanted to. So experiment XRP got there really fast. So all we needed was to get the address and the tag from Coinbase Pro and paste that into our Ledger Live interface. And let's see. Maybe I don't have to sell my Bitcoin at all. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta let this guy in the gate. Hello. Okay, I'm gonna buzz you in. Amazon delivery. All right. He'll be here in a sec. Let me just refresh again, see if that holdings goes up. Nope, not yet. So I don't know, I might sell the XRP for Stellar, but I was thinking maybe to hold on to the XRP. Just give me one sec, guys.
Hi. I just said hi. There?
All right. So got my box. I don't know what's in here. I think it was just a cable. Okay. All right. So let's refresh one more time. See if that Bitcoin is spendable. Not yet. Okay. Well, let me think about this. Okay. So let me see if there's any people cursing my name here. Do you hear? Okay. Litecoin is going up. Yes. Scott Lee, aloha. Thanks for joining us. If you made a few bucks, then I want my $2 back. That's good. I made $3 when I transferred it. I loaded BTC ETH and Digibyte the other day. Did you get in there? Put your head close. There you go. Okay, that's enough, buddy. Thank you. It's a cameo, all right? Grand Illusion, I sent you a lollipop 4 Nano X. Oh, 4 tokens. Yeah, I know. It's not easy. I got 3. Lucky me. Are the tags always created by the exchange when you're sending digital assets, or will there be a time that I would have to type in a custom tag? If so, is there a right way or wrong way to fill out the tag? Well, as you noticed when I did that, the tag was provided to me, right? The only time, I don't think so. I don't think you need a tag when you're sending it to your own wallet. Although I may be wrong. I think there might be a way of your wallet generating a tag. We could look at that while we're waiting for that Bitcoin to show. And I might just spend the XRP. I don't know. Kind of like to hang on to the XRP. So let's say we decide to receive some XRP, right? I'm still in the XRP app. It wants me to verify the address. There should be an XRP address showing up here. Oh, I gotta start it. All right. Okay. So confirm. Yes, that's the address. Now there's no tag here, right? At least as far as the ledger goes, it does not support or need a tag. So when you're sending from, say, Coinbase to the Ledger Nano X, you don't need to worry about the tag. In fact, when I bought the XRP on Coinbase, I sent it directly. I did a video on that, and there was no need to use the tag. It went from Coinbase directly into my wallet, no problem. No tag needed. So I don't think there's any use case where you would need to generate a customized tag. Although there may be some wallets that would allow you to do that if you really wanted to. I can't remember. It's been so long since I played around with XRP. Is it XRP? Yeah, XRP. Shahid. Cinnamon in my coffee. Right, you don't need a tag when you're sending it to yourself. There's no reason for it. Because you're not managing multiple wallets, right? You don't need the tag to differentiate different funds and different wallets. I don't know if you're like a vendor or something, and maybe you're accepting XRP on your website, you might have a need to create your own tag in that situation, but that is a little more complicated than anything I've ever had to deal with. But it's not an unreasonable question at all. Still, that Bitcoin hasn't arrived. Maybe I should just sell that XRP for Stellar. And then I'll just put the Bitcoin back later. Kind of hate to do it. But the question is, well, you want Stellar or do you want XRP? Does it matter? Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I can buy Stellar with XRP, to be honest with you guys. Not directly. Right? So if we go to X, there is no XLM XRP trading pair, right? No. You could buy Stellar with the euro, you can buy Stellar with Bitcoin, or you can buy Stellar with US dollars. Now that's not a huge obstacle. I could simply sell that XRP for US dollars right away. So we can go ahead and do that, I suppose. I don't know, I hate to sell any of my cryptocurrencies, to be honest with you. But I wanted to demo this, guys. XRP was very fast. It showed up right away when we... but anyway, so let's go ahead and sell that XRP for US dollars. All right, so... okay, so I have 100 XRP. And I want to sell all of it, and it's going to give me $31, right? I'm not going to mess around with limits or anything. I'm just going to do a market, so it'll just execute right away, right? So there. I may have lost a little bit, but oh, c'est la vie. All right, so let's go back now, and let's get the XRP. There we go. Let's get XLM Stellar. And this time I want to buy it, right? How much? I want to buy the whole $31 worth. I'm going to get 296 XLM. I'm feeling better already. I love Stellar. So I'm just going to buy it. All right, so boom, I just bought it, right? 294 Stellar Lumens, right? Now let's put it in our wallet. All right, and let's go back here, and you'll notice that if we go to accounts, if I want to add some Stellar Lumen on there, there's no XLM, there's no Stellar Lumen wallet, right? So what I need to do is I need to use my Ledger to log in to a Stellar wallet. That's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So let's go to the big boy, the Stellar. The simplest wallet for Stellar is the Stellar wallet, right, on the Stellar website. I can paste this here. If you lose it, it's hard to find on their homepage now. But they have all these different wallets, right? So I want the Ledger wallet, right? It's called the account viewer. Now I need to sign in to the account viewer with my Ledger. So I need to exit the XRP app. See if I can get it to come into focus for you guys. Probably not. All right, that's okay. Let's quit. Now let's go to Stellar. I know it's hard to see, but it's even harder when I put it on full screen because then it goes crazy. Oops, sorry. See, the chroma key goes crazy on you. So I would have to turn off the chroma key. Yeah, now see there, now I can do it. So now you can see it, right? But it still won't come into focus. Alright. Alright, so whatever, it's not going to focus for me today. Isn't that better? Boom. Alright, so let's turn chroma key back on again. Alright. Okay. Hey! There! I'm back on my background again. Let's go back to our screen. Now you'll notice that since I entered the Stellar app, I can now sign in with Ledger. And boom, there's my Stellar address on my Stellar wallet. And you'll notice that, or I mean, you may not notice, but the private key of the Stellar wallet is stored on my Ledger. I'm just using a third-party wallet to access that private key. I'm still using the Ledger. I'm not using Ledger Live, right? Because there's no account feature for Stellar in Ledger Live. I was able to add the app in Ledger Live, or I had to use Ledger Live to use to add the app. But in order to access the wallet, I'm using the Stellar account viewer and interfacing with my Ledger Black. All right, so here's my Stellar address. That is a public address. The private key is not visible, right? The private key is stored on the ledger. It's a secret. That's what I talked about, public-private key, right? This one that we're looking at on my screen is the public key. The secret one is called the private key, and I can't see it, you can't see it. But it is the one that gives me access to the wallet, right? Cool, thanks, Rob. All right, so now let's go back over here. We've got our public key here. I think you can do this. I'm not going to do that. I can verify the address on the ledger, but I'm not going to go through that right now. Now let's do a withdrawal. And I'm going to withdraw Stellar. Right? Notice I got this nifty new icon too. The old icon was like a spaceship. All right, where am I going to put it? Right there. That's where I'm going to put it. I don't need the memo. Okay, Stellar, I don't need the memo if I'm sending it to myself. I'm going to send it all. I have to acknowledge that I don't need the memo, right? I don't. All right, so, and I like that little max button, right? It just lets me send it all. Of course, Coinbase Pro will absorb all those network fees for you. So you don't even have to worry about the network fees. So let's hit withdraw and put in our two-factor authentication. And what are we going to get? We use our Coinbase code, right? It's the same code that we use for Coinbase. If you have a Coinbase account and you've enabled two-factor authentication, then that same code works in Coinbase Pro. You don't have to add a separate one for Coinbase Pro. Now, Stellar's pretty fast. I'm not going to add it to my address book. Let's, boom. It was there before I even had a chance to go back over to the wallet, right? And so here's our transaction. It gave like a default. It doesn't show it here, but it did. Maybe that was a different cryptocurrency exchange when I put it in there earlier. So there's no memo. Or it's a default memo that the exchange like fills in for you, and I got it, right? Good deal. All right, and we still have Bitcoin waiting to be confirmed, and it's taking quite a while, much longer than the XRP. So I don't have it yet, because if I did, it would tell me that I have more than 9 cents. It would tell me that I have around 29 bucks, right? So we're still waiting for that Bitcoin to confirm, right? It's in the wallet, it's just not spendable yet. So it's not going anywhere. It's not that I don't have it, it's just that I can't spend it yet. That's what that means. So don't panic. By the way, when you finish your live stream each week, the page has a typo. It says YouTube Bay. Oh, there's a B in there. Okay. No, you can't put Cardano on a Ledger Nano S yet. They don't even support it. They don't even have an app for it yet, let alone a third-party wallet that would support Ledger. So if you go to Ledger, you can go to Ledger and any cryptocurrency that you might be interested in. You can go over here to crypto assets, and it'll tell you what's supported, and you could search for it. Right? There's no Cardano yet, or ADA. Right? So we're still waiting for Cardano to be listed on Coinbase, and we're still waiting for Ledger to support Cardano. Now, someone mentioned earlier the VeChain, so let's give that one a try. We can still demonstrate shuffling with that, right? So let's go back to Manager. I need to exit the Stellar app. Right. Go back to the what they call the desktop, and it probably is not going to ask me to verify that I want Ledger Live to, because I've already confirmed it once in this session, right? I haven't disconnected it yet, so it's not going to ask me to confirm Ledger Manager. So we might get a chance to shuffle here. They must be busy in France. Maybe it is asking me. No, it's not. Okay, there we go. All right, so VeChain, right? All right, there it is. Let's try to install it and see where we get. I'm assuming it's going to fail. So let's see.
We got black food.
Yes, the Daedalus wallet is the best way to store your Cardano. Okay, so not enough storage left. All right, so now we get a chance to show the shuffle. All right, so I am going to take off the XRP first. I don't need it anymore right at the moment, but the XRP will still be in the wallet, right? I'm not deleting the XRP wallet. I'm just taking the app off, all right? I've talked to several people in the comments, and you know, they have said, I'm too scared to take the app off. I'm afraid I'm going to lose my cryptocurrency. Don't be scared, right? The XRP is still safe and sound in this wallet, right? I just removed the app. So now I got to go back into... oh, that was quick. All right, so now let's try VeChain again. Let's see if we can get it on there this time. We might have to take something else off. Who knows? So I tried for my fourth and failed, right? So I don't get that, well, I don't know, Twinkie or cupcake? Someone said they give somebody something for getting 4 apps on there. Okay. Hey, it fit. All right, so we've got 3 apps on here. Stellar, VeChain, and Bitcoin. And that's about all I can fit on here right now. All right? XRP for life. All right, so G-Man's asking me about Tron, but let's follow through with the VeChain first. So we've got, I think I had the VeChain. Gotta retouch this. Okay, here we go. I think I was looking at this here. Okay, here we go. Aha, okay, so here we go, VForge. So we've initialized the Ledger Nano S. We've got the latest firmware. We've got Ledger Live. We installed the app, right? All right, so we got the app on there. Now we go to vaultvforge.com, connect and unlock the Ledger, open the VeChain app, and let's see what happens. All right, so we're going to unlock the Ledger, which we've done. Let's get into VeChain. It's hard for me to see it because it's not in focus. All right, let's go in to VeChain. And there, boom. Okay, so this vault VForge sees my ledger, and we're going to launch the wallet. See, when I added the app onto the Ledger Nano S, what happened was the Ledger Nano S generated a private key for VeChain. By virtue of adding the app. That is basically what happened. It went through some mathematical transformation. It generated a public-private key pair for VeChain, right? And so now I have an empty VeChain wallet, and the private key is stored on the ledger. All right, so now I could buy some VeChain if I wanted to, but I don't. I can't buy it on Coinbase. Let's go back over here. It's not available on Coinbase Pro. Right. Is it? Let's check. That's not behaving well for me now. Watch, it'll okay, it's not there yet. Bitcoin is still not there. So VeChain, I can't buy it here, can I? No. All right. So I would have to find a cryptocurrency exchange that supports VeChain. Let's just check Binance just for the heck of it. Let's do this business. All right, let's get into our authenticator here. This time we use our Binance code just in time before it went red. Let's go to funds balances and go to VeChain, right? VE. That's it right there, right? Hey, I have a little bit. I have no idea where I got it, but I got it. All right, so let's withdraw it. It probably won't let me withdraw it. Why do I have so much money in my... that's weird. Okay, so let's hit withdrawal. And where are we going to send it? Why don't we send it to this wallet that we just created, right? Oh, Lord in heaven. Hey, that looks like a ERC20. Huh. Okay, so I have multiple accounts that I can get this in. Yeah, that looks like an ERC20 token. All right, maybe it is an ERC20. Anyway, all right, whatever. Oh, I see. I got all this stuff over here. All right, so let me try that again. Vitho. They're all the same. I don't get it. Anyway, if Binance will let me send such a small amount, we'll know. All right, there it is. Available. Holy cow. No, it's not going to let me send it because I need to send. It's going to charge me 100 just to send any, right? So it's not going to let me send that. All right. So, but if I had VeChain, that would be the way to send it to this address, wherever the heck we are over here, right? So we get the address, we paste it in to the cryptocurrency exchange, and we tell it where we want to send it here, right? And then it goes if we had enough in there. I don't know how I had so much money in here. Must be the Tron. Okay. Hot holo. Let's hide. Oh, okay. So there's some EOS and there's a little bit of Binance coin. Yeah. I'll just keep those in there. I won't mess with VeChain. But I hope that that was clear for the VeChain thing. All right. So G-Man is having issues. Yes, Betty was scared because it said trash. It felt like you were emptying your crypto into the trash, but not the case, just the app. Okay, so G-Man, let me check, see if I can figure out. Tron scan, Ledger says tokens frozen, but nothing shows as far as balance on power. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out which wallet to use. I'll try Tron. Let's go back to manager. Let's exit VeChain. Quit app. Kids are screaming. All right. So here we go. We're going to shuffle some more as soon as it pulls up the manager. Now I know that I need to take, I know that I can fit Bitcoin, Stellar, and Tron. So I'm just going to take the VeChain off. I don't know where I got that little 3 VeChains. It's kind of interesting. And it was interesting that I had like $100 on. I guess that EOS is worth something now. All right, so let's go down to, oh, we can just search for it, VeChain. Let's trash it. We're not trashing. Well, there was nothing on. I never put any VeChain in that particular wallet. But when, let me explain a little bit. I basically am deleting the private key, and I know that sounds scary. But what's going to happen is if I re-add VeChain again, it will regenerate another private key. And lo and behold, it always generates the exact same private key. It's deterministic. So the master private key on the ledger will always, if I ask it, hey, generate me a VeChain wallet, the first VeChain wallet it always generates will be the exact same one every single time you regenerate it. And if there was a balance in that wallet, it will show, the balance will still be there, right? If you delete your wallet and you lose your private key, that, you know, like say it's a Bitcoin wallet, it's still going to be out there on the blockchain, just waiting for someone to come along and figure out that private key. But they won't, because it will take, you know, on the order of thousands of years to try every single private key. It's mind-boggling how cryptography works. But safe to say, if you have the Ledger Nano S and you have it backed up, you can always restore with your 24-word recovery phrase. That same master private key will always generate the exact same wallets that you deleted. So in effect, they're being saved by, you know, the power of math. All right, so let's go to Tron now, right? Now that we've got the VeChain off, let's put Tron on there. And we're going to go into Tron scan, and I believe there's some Tron in this. There's a private key on this ledger that has some Tron in it. So we'll use that to sign in, and let's see if we can freeze a little bit of Tron. Freezing Tron is a way of giving yourself voting power on the Tron network. That's kind of weird. But hey, Tron is cool. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of development going on with Tron, right? So there's my Tron light. I'm going to hit both buttons. All right, so now we've got Tron safely installed on the ledger. We're in the Tron app. And let's go into Tron. He mentioned Tron scan. So all we have to do to get into Tron scan is go to the Tron website and go over here to Tron scan, right? Now what I want to do is I want to sign in with my ledger. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe the Tron website is down.
Hey guys.
All right. It's acting weird. Yeah, it's acting weird. They probably did some developing and some updating and then broke something, at least in Brave. Let's try, I'm going to try my Chrome browser. Try that. Okay. It works in Chrome. Something happened with Brave. Brave is a finicky browser because it blocks so much ads and tracking that some features on certain websites don't work right in Brave unless you allow ads and tracking, and then what's the point of using Brave if you allow ads and tracking? So every now and then I have to flip over and use Chrome. All right, so we want to sign into a wallet using Ledger. See, up here I'm going to sign in, use my Ledger, right? It wants me to connect the Ledger and enter the Tron app, which I have done, and then let's hit sign in. No wallet open to view. Oh dear. All right, let's try it again, see if it works. Okay. No. Huh. Wow. Okay. Not working. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the Tron app. All right. And I'm going to sign in again. And this time I'm going to let it tell me to open the Tron app, right? And see if that works. All right. And let's see now if it'll. Okay. Boy, Tron is acting wonky tonight. You've seen me do Tron on this this live stream many times. I don't know what's going on with their TronScan website tonight. So I can't get logged in with my Ledger at this point. But I'm not worried about it because I know they'll fix it at some point. They always do. Let's just try. I'm going to go back over here to... oh, TronScan wasn't working at all, was it? Not even... Let me try it. Let me try it. Huh. Now it's working in... Okay, let's try and sign in with Brave and see if that happens. Hey, what do you know? Go figure, guys. All right. So basically, if you missed it, I went back to Brave, and then all of a sudden, Tron worked. Or I was able to get the TronScan page to open up, and I was able to sign in using my Ledger. And that is the available balance, right? I knew there was a little bit in here. And there's a bunch of other like small things that have been given. Oh, you know what? Let's see if we received any BTT. Very interesting. Why don't we see if we received any BTT? Let's see. No. Oh, there is dice. Cool. So I knew there was some BTT in there already. The question is, let's go, I think I can go to transactions. I don't want to lose what I've got going on here. Oh, here. I think this is not helpful at all. These are just... Are these mine? Oh, I guess they are mine. Okay. So 4 days ago, was that the 11th? Fake news token. Fake news. All right. All right, and now it's died on me again. This is craziness. Yeah, it just died again. Yeah, I think they, like I said, they're always upgrading their website and their interface and their wallet. Every time I log in, they've added some new feature or something's done a little differently. So I'm sure they just managed to break it temporarily. It'll get fixed. I don't know what's... It's just acting wonky. I don't know if it's my internet. I'm sure my internet's fine because you guys can still hear me. So go figure. What I wanted to see is if any of... See, I screwed around and broke it, right? Please stop doing that. All right. Okay, see? There, it worked. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's try the Ledger again. Okay. I would like to see a list of transactions that show when I received the BTT. But it won't. I think this will just take me to, like, the official BTT. See, this is the BTT total for the token, not for my wallet. I would like to confirm that I did receive some more BTT, because I think that's what I had in there already. TRXW. Okay. All right. So, we wanted to see if we could freeze it, right? Is that what we wanted to do? All right. So, how do we do that? Let's see. We go to wallet. Jesus, those kids are going nuts. There's got to be a way to freeze it from here. You managed to do it, right? Okay. Am I missing it? Because I remember it used to be there. You had the way to freeze it. Whoops. Yeah, it's not letting me freeze it. It used to be able to freeze it really easy. There was like this big snow icon there. All right. So yeah, I feel your pain. Okay. All right. Yeah, there's no freeze interface at all. Was that your trying to freeze? Ledger says tokens frozen. Oh, well, you were able... G-Man was able to freeze them, but it's not having an effect. So I don't quite understand why I don't even see the freeze interface. Let's try signing in with a different wallet. God, that is weird. Okay, so I'm going to sign out, and then I'm going to sign in to TronLink. Have some Tron in a TronLink wallet. All right, so let's sign in to using TronLink, and I should see. Okay, it says loading, but it's not. Maybe I just need to wait. Maybe that's why I'm just not waiting long enough. If I just wait, it'll show. Or not. You know me, I just keep hitting refresh until something happens. Oh, there it is. I hit refresh. Alright, so I still don't see a way to freeze it. Let's hit this. Whoops, sorry. Is there a way to freeze here? Ah, here. Ah, as you can see, at some point I have frozen some. Pardon me. But how I did it, there used to be like a button that said freeze, but it's not there anymore. So, like I said, it's probably the developers of Tron are like adding more features, and they've just gotten a little bit ahead of themselves. It's by no means is it perfect in any way or form. This is a different wallet that I imported into TronLink. And as you can see, TronLink has been updated as well. And so TronLink will even tell you how much your tokens are worth. Guys. It tells me my Tron is worth $23. That's pretty cool. Oh, it took me back here. Let's try this one. There was one where I had actually... There was a token that I had in one of these that actually was worth something. Jesus. Let me show you that. Yeah, see, it just won't hold what I'm trying to do here. Okay, there we go. I wanted to show you that there was a Tron token that was actually worth something, but I can't find it. It was Tron Watch TWX, not TWX. It was actually worth, I had $50 worth of it, but I can't, of course I can't find it now. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I can't figure out how to freeze or unfreeze or figure out what's wrong with G-Man's. Maybe we'll try again next week. It's below the transactions. Okay. Ah, so I'm not scrolling down far enough. All right, let's go back. Let me play this guy out. I'm going to log out. Okay. I'm going back to Tron. Let's go back here. You can get this thing to work. It would be a miracle, wouldn't it? Oh. Just don't understand why it just doesn't load like it's supposed to every time. Very bizarre. See, it flashes and then it disappears. All right, you know what? Let me just turn back on ads and tracking. See if that helps. All right. Okay, let's go back here. Nope, did not help. Boy, this is really frustrating. Whew. All right, and I most likely have to re-enter my PIN at this point. All right. I'm gonna have to give up here, guys. I'm just not loving this. All right, let's try it one more time. It just will not work for me. Let's go back here. Let's try it in Chrome. Okay, so Chrome sort of works. All right, let's sign in with Ledger, see if that works. No, it's not working in Chrome. I don't know, Firefox maybe? Just wonky. Wonky, wonky, wonky. Yeah. All right. I give up. We'll revisit this. Scroll down page, look past transactions. That's what I should have done. I wish I could get it back. It's just not cooperating with me at all. I don't get it. Okay. I don't know what I've done to piss off the Tron gods lately, but it's just not cooperating with me. All right. So I didn't notice that I had any new BTC. I couldn't quite figure out if any new BTC came in on the 11th. BTT, pardon me. God, I wish this would come back. Just really frustrating. Okay, there we go. Jeez. Okay, wow. All right, so let's go way down here. Okay, here we go. My bad. All right, so I want to freeze some Tron. How much do I want to freeze? I could freeze the max, just 469, but instead I'll just freeze 100. Okay, confirm. I'm going to freeze it. Yeah, they keep changing the interface. I have to confirm on the ledger, so I will do that. All right, so I froze 100. All right, now that it's frozen, finally. So the question was, it wasn't showing up in Tron Power. Okay, so Marcy did get some on the 12th. That was good. Now, I'm pretty sure I got some on Binance. because I had 2,400 Tron. So there you go. I did get some. We can go here. I know I can go to transaction history and see. Huh. No, it wasn't a. It wasn't strictly a deposit, really. They just awarded it to me. I didn't transfer it in, but there was none in there before. So I did get. See, out of the 23, I got 23.9. I got like a 0.1 slice of BitTorrent token. So, but I didn't see it in the Tron wallet. So the question was, yeah, congratulations, yay. Finally did it, yay! So the question though was, Ledger says the tokens are frozen, but nothing shows as far as balance or power. Right, see, you're not, it's not showing up as power. It should, and it should say that there's less available as well. And it has worked for me in the past. I've done it before. So it's not that it never worked. It's just that it's not working now for some reason, right? Isn't that weird? Because you watched me do it. And you even watched me confirm it on the device. So it definitely went through, right? Because it asked me to confirm. So my... I'm just going to speculate here, but I'll bet if I sign in a week, maybe whenever, that at some point it's going to tell me that there's 100 in Tron power and there's 369 in my available balance. It's just not functioning properly. So I'm just going to put it up to a glitch on their website. You might even try signing into the Tron scan from different browsers to see if it shows up differently in different browsers. Or I confirmed on my Ledger that the freeze transaction and it never actually froze. And that may also be a bug in their software. But like I said, I've done it before. I played around with it and I did freeze some and unfreeze it. So it has worked in the past. So probably just not working now. I may have got some here because I only had 469 Tron in here. So I think that that 51 is probably part of the, like the 50 that I got here just for having that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. Sorry I was screwing around. Oh, no problem. No trouble at all. I like, people say, hey, it's nice to see you troubleshooting, because you always have to troubleshoot a little bit. And, it's not like normal things. I mean, even with computers, you always have to troubleshoot a bit. But it's not like a done deal, like your light switch in your kitchen. Or your television set that, every time you hit power it turns on. Cryptocurrency can be a little wonky sometimes, but don't panic. As long as you don't send cryptocurrency to the wrong address, your crypto is probably going to be fine. And even if the balance isn't showing up right in the wallet at some particular day, you're probably going to be okay. So I don't mind having to troubleshoot. I didn't break down and cry like I've been known to do at times or get angry. I just dealt with it and we figured it out, got it going, and I'm experiencing the exact same problem you are. So anyway, guys, got to go. The kids are crazy and they want to play. So I'm going to sign out for this week. Yeah, don't feel bad when things go nuts, right? And don't be afraid to delete apps. But we won't need to when we get our new Ledger Nano X's, right? Don't forget, guys, every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless there's something going on in my daughter's school on Friday night, and then I'll move it to Thursday. I'll try to give you a heads up on those. But I try to stay as consistent as possible and do it every Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you guys again soon.